You know, there's certain phrases that you can only say like one time a year, like happy birthday or Merry Christmas or the Cleveland Browns won last week. Thursday Night Football, the Seahawks and the Cardinals. Arizona only beat the Saints by 7 while Seattle beat them by 31, but both these teams have lost to the Niners who only beat the Saints by 5. So what does this all mean? I have no earthly idea, but I'm taking Seattle. Vikings versus Steelers in Dublin, and if you think that I'm not picking the team led by a 6'5" leprechaun to win in Ireland, you're an absolute donkey. The Commanders will beat the Falcons because Atlanta got blown out 30-0 by the Carolina Panthers. So they are grounded, they are in timeout, they do not deserve to be picked to win any games until I say so. It would be truly hilarious if the Saints of all teams were the ones to hand the Bills their first loss, in the same sense that it would be hilarious if a flock of seagulls flew out of my ass. Funny, but very unlikely. Similarly funny would be the Browns beating another top dog from the NFC North, but regardless of how good their defense is, that's like trying to win the lottery while being struck by lightning 2 consecutive weeks. With a Titans loss, the Texans will get their first win of the season this week, but I have been saying that for like a few weeks now, and Houston just keeps finding ways to suck. The Panthers put the aforementioned 30-point pounding on the Falcons. So you may be asking the question, are the Panthers back? The answer is hell no, they will lose to the Pats. The first dart start in New York, and unfortunately for the Giants, they are playing a pretty good Chargers team that will have a bullseye on the rookie quarterback, and they are going for triple 20. We should have a hell of a game between the Eagles and Bucks because they are two very good teams, but the Eagles finally quit playing snooze ball. They woke up, they look like the Eagles again, so I have to pick them to win. I love the Indiana Jones Colts run. It is the most thing happening in the league right now, but the Rams are going to be their toughest test yet. So while my heart says I want the Colts, my brain says I want the Rams, and my stomach says I want a sandwich. Absolutely nothing against the Jags, but the Niners have convinced me that if they have a living organism with a pulse at quarterback, they will find a way to win. Do I love that a pissed off Derrick Henry is coming to town to play my Chiefs? No, not really. But why is he pissed off? Because he's got the fumble flu. He's coughing up the ball like a snot-covered loogie. His hands are like banana peels smothered in baby oil. The Chiefs are back in the win column, and they stay there this week. Do the Chicago Bears not suck now? I honestly don't know, but one thing I do know is that the Raiders definitely do. Both the Packers and Cowboys coming off of upset losses. Dallas is without CeeDee Lamb, but the main storyline of the matchup, it's the Micah Parsons revenge game. And because of this, I'm taking the Packers. I think Micah will do everything in his power to send a very clear message to Geriatric Jones. I was looking at this matchup thinking if the Dolphins can look like a semi-competent football team for all 4 quarters, they can beat the New York Jets. And then I realized that is probably way too much to ask of the Miami Dolphins. I'm actually taking New York. Cincinnati did not love having to start their backup QB last week. The Vikings defense had Jake Browning his pants, so the Broncos definitely should win. But if Denver loses, then we have to have a serious conversation about how this team sucks eggs.